Hey, Grandma. How you doing this week?
Good.
Oh, yeah. Did you get any more pictures of the squirrel?
No, that's your other grandma.
Oh. Well, anyways, Grandma, today I want to talk to you about what I was learning in class this week, which is about diarrhea and the
Yeah,
things that cause it.
that's
Yeah,
right.
we've all been there, Grandma. So, a lot we all are familiar with diarrhea, but maybe we aren't familiar with what actually causes diarrhea. And it can be caused by, several different viruses and bacteria. And what actually is causing the diarrhea, the runs, being on the toilet all the time, can
Yeah,
be a bunch of different things. And typically, what's happening is either the virus or the bacteria is releasing some sort of protein that is affecting the cells that are in our digestive tract, and it's inhibiting their ability to reabsorb a lot of nutrients. And so what that happens is, since we're not being able to absorb these nutrients, it's causing a lot of water to be pulled out of our cells. And so you have a lot more water in your digestive tract. And so that water gets flushed out and, starts getting out, gotta go. And what can result from that is dehydration. If it continues to happen, malnourishment, since, as I was telling you, these proteins from either the virus or the bacteria aren't allowing us to reabsorb those nutrients. We start losing a lot of key minerals, maybe like zinc. So if maybe a baby or an adult is having excessive diarrhea, a lot of times they'll supplement zinc into their diet along with a lot of fluids and stuff, especially for babies like Pedialyte. Um, and so I want to tell you one popular one called Cryptosporidium. And what's really dangerous about Cryptosporidium is that it will release these spores, and these spores will remain dormant. So they're in a form that's not active, and these spores can survive in the environment, and they can be resistant to chlorination. So you think when you're swimming in a swimming pool, there's chlorine in there that's killing off all the bacteria or anything else in there. And that's true, but there can be these spores that'll survive that chlorination, and these spores are also super duper small, and so they can get through some many filters, especially water filters in some developing world countries. Um, and so a lot of times, especially in developing world countries, these spores are still in drinking water. And that's why they always say you want to be drinking bottled water when you're in a developing, sort of third world country. And so, anyways, these spores they can survive and they can cause the diarrhea that we're talking about through a fairly similar mechanism that I was telling you about earlier, where these proteins will start messing with our body's ability to absorb these nutrients. And there's also E. coli. So we always hear about E. coli, and we tend to think of E. coli as this bad thing, but there's actually E. coli bacteria in our intestines that are good. E. coli isn't inherently a bad thing, but there can be certain strains of E. coli that will that are bad. They have genes that will be harmful to our body. They'll compete. They'll outcompete the good bacteria in our intestine, and they themselves will also release a lot of toxins that will inhibit our body's ability to. That'll make our body secrete a lot of chlorine, and also will prevent our body from reabsorbing, like our kidneys from reabsorbing sodium. And typically in our kidneys, when you reabsorb sodium, water comes with it. And so if you're not reabsorbing sodium, then you're going to be releasing a lot of water, which is what's happening in diarrhea. So there's a lot more I could tell you, Grandma, but that's just kind of a little bit of what I learned this week. So hope that was useful to you, and hopefully you won't have to use this knowledge in the future. So thanks for listening.